Results speak louder than words. In a world where people talk endlessly about their plans, ambitions, and dreams, the true measure of value is found in action. Talking about what you do might bring temporary attention, but it is what you accomplish that truly matters. When you produce results, people notice without you having to say a word. The most successful individuals don't go around telling everyone what they are working on. They simply focus on the work itself. When the results emerge, they create an impact far greater than any speech ever could. Words can be deceiving. Anyone can talk about success, but not everyone can achieve it. Many people claim to be working on great things, yet they fail to follow through. When you constantly talk about what you are doing, you create an illusion of progress without real movement. This false sense of accomplishment can be dangerous. It can make you feel as if you are advancing, when in reality you are only indulging in words. People begin to notice patterns. If they hear you talk frequently but never see tangible results, they will stop taking you seriously. Your words will lose credibility, and soon you will be seen as someone who talks more than they act. On the other hand, when you focus on results rather than explanations, your credibility grows naturally. People respect those who demonstrate their abilities through actions. If you are truly making progress, people will see it. You won't need to explain yourself because your results will speak for you. Success carries a silent authority. It commands respect without demanding it. When you walk into a room with visible achievements, you don't need to introduce yourself with words. Your work introduces you. There is also a psychological advantage to keeping quiet about your efforts. When you share your plans prematurely, you expose yourself to unnecessary opinions, doubts, and criticism. Some people might not believe in your vision. Others might try to discourage you. If you internalize their doubts, you risk losing confidence in yourself. When you work in silence, you protect your vision. You give yourself the space to develop your ideas without interference. Once your results are undeniable, those who once doubted will have no choice but to acknowledge your success. Another important reason to let results speak louder than words is that actions create lasting impact. Words are forgotten quickly, but achievements remain. A person who talks about writing a book might gain some temporary attention, but a person who actually publishes a book earns lasting respect. A person who claims to be an expert in a field might impress others for a short while, but a person who has built a successful career in that field gains real authority. True influence comes from demonstrating ability, not from declaring it. The world respects those who show, not those who tell. Focus on your work, stay consistent, and let your results do the talking. In the end, people remember what you have accomplished, not what you said you would do. Mystery creates attraction. When people know everything about you, their curiosity fades. The unknown is intriguing, and those who understand this principle gain an edge in life. When you keep certain aspects of your work, goals, and progress private, you naturally draw attention. People want to know more about what they do not fully understand. When you are not constantly talking about your plans, it makes others wonder. They become interested, not because you force them to be, but because the absence of information compels them to seek it. Human nature is wired to be curious. When something is uncertain or not fully revealed, the mind fills in the blanks. This is why mystery has always been a powerful force in storytelling, marketing, and even personal relationships. When too much is explained, the excitement disappears. If you tell people everything about what you are working on, they lose interest before you even achieve it. But when you leave room for speculation, people stay engaged. They wonder what you are up to, what you are building, and when you will reveal it. This curiosity creates anticipation, and anticipation builds excitement. Revealing too much too soon can also weaken your position. When people know every detail about your plans, they might try to influence them. Some may offer unsolicited advice that creates doubt. Others may try to compete with you, even using your ideas before you have the chance to execute them. By keeping certain things to yourself, you maintain control over your own path. You are not giving away your advantage, and you are not allowing external opinions to shape your direction. Mystery also adds an element of respect. People are naturally drawn to those who are not easily figured out. If someone always talks about what they are doing, there is nothing left to discover. But when a person operates with a level of secrecy, it commands attention. They appear more confident, more composed, and more in control of their destiny. This makes others pay closer attention when they do finally speak. Words carry more weight when they are not used excessively. A person who talks all the time becomes background noise, but a person who speaks selectively becomes someone others listen to carefully. Silence can also protect energy. When you keep your work private, you are not constantly explaining yourself. You are not justifying your choices to people who may not understand your vision. This allows you to focus more on what truly matters. Execution. The energy that would have been wasted in explaining, defending, or convincing others is redirected toward making real progress. When the time is right, your results will be undeniable and people will be naturally drawn to them. The greatest surprises come from those who do not announce their every move. There is power in revealing things only when they are fully formed. This creates a greater impact, leaves a stronger impression, and generates genuine interest. The less people know, the more they want to know. That is the power of mystery. Talk less, do more. In a world where people love to announce their plans, the real difference is made by those who take action without seeking attention. Talking about goals and dreams may feel satisfying in the moment, but it does not create progress. It only gives the illusion of movement. Words alone do not build businesses, write books, or create wealth. Actions do. The more time spent discussing ideas, the less energy remains to actually bring them to life. Success is built on disciplined execution, not endless explanations. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that sharing their plans is the same as working on them. They talk about what they are going to do, how big their vision is, and how successful they will become. But when it comes to action, they hesitate. Talking provides instant gratification. It feels productive without requiring real effort. However, progress only happens when effort is consistently applied. The ones who truly succeed are those who direct their energy toward work, not words. There's also a psychological effect to consider. When people talk too much about their goals, they risk losing momentum. The brain rewards them with a sense of accomplishment simply for discussing their ambition. This creates a dangerous illusion. They feel as if they have already achieved something, even though no real progress has been made. Over time, this habit drains motivation. The excitement of speaking about success replaces the hunger to actually achieve it. By staying quiet and focusing on work, this trap is avoided. The real satisfaction comes from results, not from premature praise. Another important reason to talk less and do more is to avoid unnecessary opinion. When plans are shared too soon, they become open to criticism, doubt, and distractions. Not everyone will understand the vision. Some may even try to discourage it. Their words, whether intentional or not, can plant seeds of uncertainty. This is why silence is powerful. When work is done in private, external opinions have no influence. There is no need to seek approval or validation. The only thing that matters is execution. Once the results are visible, opinions no longer hold weight, success speaks for itself. There is also a strategic advantage to keeping quiet. When people do not know what you are working on, they cannot interfere. Competitors cannot copy an idea they have never heard. Doubters cannot weaken a dream they are unaware of. This creates a sense of control. It allows progress to happen smoothly without unnecessary obstacles. Then, when the work is complete, the impact is undeniable. People will not be impressed by what was said, but by what was accomplished. The most successful individuals do not waste time announcing their intentions. They focus on results. Their work speaks louder than any words ever could. By shifting energy from talking to doing, real progress is made. Instead of seeking attention for ideas, the goal should be to gain respect through execution. In the end, people remember actions, not empty promises. Protect your vision from negativity. Not everyone will understand your dreams, and not everyone needs to. When you share your plans too soon, you expose them to opinions that may not support or strengthen them. The early stages of any goal or ambition are fragile. They require protection, focus, and belief. If too many voices get involved too soon, doubt can take root, and that doubt can be enough to slow you down or even stop you altogether. Negativity comes in many forms. Some people may criticize your ideas directly, telling you that what you want to achieve is unrealistic or impossible. Others may disguise their doubts as concern, questioning whether you have the skills, resources, or experience to succeed. Some may even project their own fears onto you, assuming that because they could not accomplish something, neither can you. These voices, whether they come from friends, family, or colleagues, can be dangerous if you allow them to influence your mindset. When a person hears something often enough, they start to believe it. If you let the wrong voices fill your mind, they can weaken your confidence and make you second-guess yourself. Keeping your vision to yourself allows you to stay focused on the work instead of the opinions. When no one knows your plans, there is no one to criticize them. This keeps your energy centered on execution rather than explanation. Too often people waste time defending their ideas instead of building them. They feel the need to prove to others that their dreams are valid before they have even begun. This is unnecessary and counterproductive. A strong vision does not need approval, it only needs commitment. Once success becomes visible, the same people who doubted will often change their opinions. They will respect the results they once questioned. Another reason to guard your vision is that negativity can be subtle. Sometimes it is not direct opposition, but passive discouragement. People may not say you will fail, but they might say, "Are you sure this is the right time?" Or maybe you should wait until things are more certain. These statements seem harmless, but they plant hesitation. Hesitation slows momentum, and momentum is one of the most valuable assets when working toward a goal. Small doubts accumulate over time, and before long, the drive that was once strong begins to weaken. By keeping plans private, this influence is avoided. Even those with good intentions can introduce negativity without realizing it. Family members who care deeply might try to persuade you to take a safer route. Friends who have not taken risks themselves might not understand the mindset required for achievement. It is not that they mean harm, they simply see the world differently. Their perspective is shaped by their own experiences, not yours. This is why it is essential to stay selective about who has access to your dream. A vision must be protected until it is strong enough to stand on its own. This means focusing on the work, avoiding unnecessary explanations, and keeping energy free from doubt. Once success becomes reality, there will be nothing left to explain. The results will speak louder than any words. Energy should be invested in action, not approval. Too many people waste valuable time and effort seeking validation from others instead of focusing on the work that truly matters. The desire for approval can be a major distraction, pulling attention away from progress and placing it on the opinions of those who may not even understand the vision. True success is never built on seeking permission or reassurance. It is built on consistent, deliberate action. Approval seeking is a trap that drains energy and weakens confidence. When a person constantly looks to others for validation, they become dependent on external opinion. If those opinions are positive, they feel motivated. If they are negative, they feel discouraged. This creates an unstable foundation where progress is dictated by what others think rather than by personal conviction. The most successful individuals understand that real work is done in silence without the need for applause. They do not waste time explaining themselves or trying to prove their worth. Instead, they focus entirely on execution. One of the dangers of seeking approval is that it can lead to hesitation. When people wait for others to agree with their plans before taking action, they slow themselves down. They second-guess their decisions, overanalyze every move, and sometimes even abandon ideas that could have worked. The problem is that not everyone will see the vision clearly, especially in the beginning. Some may doubt it, others may misunderstand it, and many will simply not care. If approval becomes a requirement for action, progress will always be delayed. Those who achieve the most do so because they move forward without waiting for validation. Energy is a limited resource. Every conversation, every explanation, and every attempt to gain approval takes away from the energy that could have been used for real work. Imagine two people with the same goal. One spends time discussing it with others, explaining why it will succeed, defending the idea against doubt, and hoping for encouragement. The other spends time working, refining skills, solving problems, and making progress. Over time, the difference becomes clear. The first person has used up energy on words, while the second has built something tangible. The results of the second person will naturally attract recognition, but by then, approval will no longer be necessary. It will be irrelevant. Another risk of seeking approval is that it gives power to others. When a person relies on external validation, they allow outsiders to influence their mindset. If the approval is given, they feel confident. If it is withheld, they feel uncertain. This means that their progress is not under their own control. Success requires self-reliance. It requires an internal drive that does not weaken based on outside opinions. The strongest individuals are those who trust themselves enough to act, regardless of whether others approve or not. The best use of energy is in doing, not convincing. Work in silence, focus on results, let actions create the recognition naturally. Approval is not necessary for success, execution is. Those who invest their energy in action will always achieve more than those who waste it seeking validation. Success is in execution, not explanation. Many people spend too much time talking about what they plan to do, explaining their ideas and justifying their decisions instead of focusing on the one thing that truly matters, taking action. Talking about a goal does not bring it to life. Explaining a vision does not make it a reality. Only consistent execution leads to results. The more time spent discussing plans, the less time remains for actually working on them. Progress is not made through words, but through effort, discipline, and persistence. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that they need to explain themselves before they take action. They think they must convince others of their plans, seek approval, or prove that their ideas are valid. But the truth is, success does not come from seeking permission. It comes from doing the work, improving skills, and staying committed to the process. Those who waste energy explaining every step to others often fall into the trap of overthinking. They become caught up in justifications, defending their choices instead of moving forward. Meanwhile, those who focus on execution build momentum and achieve results before anyone even realizes what they are working on. Another danger of excessive explanation is that it creates unnecessary expectations. When people constantly talk about what they are going to achieve, they set themselves up for premature judgment. Others begin to watch and analyze their progress, sometimes even offering opinions and criticism that were never asked for. This can add pressure, slow down progress, and create self-doubt. When someone works in silence, they are free from these distractions. They can move at their own pace, make mistakes without scrutiny, and refine their approach without interference. Execution should be a personal commitment, not a performance for others to evaluate. There's also a psychological effect at play. Talking about success can create a false sense of accomplishment. When a person tells others about their ambitious plans, they receive praise and encouragement, which can feel like an early reward. But this temporary satisfaction can be dangerous. It can replace the real motivation needed to follow through. Many people fall into this trap. They talk about their goals so much that they begin to feel as if they have already achieved something, even when no real work has been done. By staying silent and focusing on execution, energy remains directed toward actual progress, not just the illusion of it. The world does not reward explanations, it rewards results. People do not remember those who talked about writing a book, they remember those who published one. They do not admire those who spoke about starting a business, they admire those who built one. Those who achieve the most are the ones who understand that words do not create success, action does. The best way to prove a point is through undeniable results, not lengthy explanation. Time spent talking about success could be better spent building it. In the end, what matters is not what was said, but what was done. Execution is everything. Surprise is a powerful strategy. When people do not see your progress coming, the impact is far greater than if they had been expecting it. When plans and goals are kept private, the element of surprise works in your favor. And instead of announcing every move, allowing results to speak for themselves creates a stronger and more lasting impression. The most powerful achievements are often the ones that appear suddenly, catching everyone off guard. There is an advantage in keeping people uncertain about your next move. When others are unaware of what you are working on, they cannot interfere, discourage, or attempt to compete with you prematurely. Many people talk openly about their ambitions, thinking that this will earn them support or respect. But in reality, the more people know, the more they feel entitled to offer opinions, doubts, and criticisms. Some may even attempt to undermine progress before it has fully developed. Keeping things private allows for uninterrupted focus, free from unnecessary distractions or outside influence. Surprise also builds credibility. When someone constantly talks about what they are going to do, people eventually stop listening. They grow tired of hearing about plans that never seem to materialize. But when someone remains quiet and then delivers an unexpected result, the reaction is much different. It creates a sense of respect and admiration. People take notice when they see proof instead of promises. They remember those who act, not those who merely talk. A surprise success story is always more impactful than a predictable one. Another key benefit of surprise is that it removes external pressure. When goals are publicly shared, expectations are created, people start watching, waiting, and sometimes even judging progress before it is ready to be revealed. This can add unnecessary stress and slow momentum. On the other hand, when progress happens quietly, there is no pressure to meet anyone else's timeline or expectations. The focus remains entirely on execution, allowing for better decisions and higher quality results. Additionally, surprise creates a natural advantage in competition. When others are unaware of what you are working toward, they cannot prepare for it. If a person publicly declares their intentions, competitors have time to adjust, respond, or even attempt to take similar actions first. But when progress is made in silence, by the time it is revealed, it is already too late for others to react. The advantage remains with the one who worked unnoticed. This principle applies in business, careers, and even personal goals. The most effective strategies are often the ones that are executed quietly and then revealed at the perfect moment. The greatest successes often come from those who allow their results to speak instead of their words. Surprising people with action instead of explanations not only increases impact, but also ensures that energy is spent on what truly matters: execution. Those who understand this principle gain an edge in life. They let their work unfold naturally and reveal it only when the time is right. And when that moment comes, the effect is undeniable. The power of surprise is unmatched. Let results speak for themselves. In a world where many talk about what they will achieve, those who quietly work and produce real results stand out the most. Success is not about how well a person can explain their plans or how much they can convince others of their potential. It is about what they can actually accomplish. Words may create temporary interest, but results create lasting impact. When progress is undeniable, no explanation is needed. Too often, people believe they must constantly update others on their journey. They feel the need to justify their choices, prove their ambition, or seek approval. But true achievement does not require validation. When something valuable is created, it speaks louder than any explanation ever could. The most respected individuals are not those who talk the most about their success, but those who delivered undeniable proof through action. A person who consistently produces results will always command more respect than someone who only speaks about what they intend to do. Silence holds power. When there is no constant discussion of what is being worked on, distractions are minimized. The energy that could have been wasted on unnecessary conversations is redirected toward execution. Those who focus solely on their craft, their business, or their personal growth create stronger, more meaningful progress. And when the results finally become visible, they carry more weight because they were not preceded by empty promises or premature announcements. The impact is stronger when something is revealed after it has been fully built rather than when it is only in the idea stage. Another key reason why results should speak for themselves is that people respect outcomes, not intentions. No one remembers the person who said they would start a business. They remember the one who actually built a successful company. No one admires the person who talked about writing a book. They respect the one who published it. Action is the only thing that separates dreamers from achievers. Those who focus on doing rather than telling create a legacy of results, while those who talk too much without delivering are soon forgotten. Additionally, allowing results to speak eliminates the need for defense. When someone constantly explains what they are doing, they invite unnecessary opinions, doubts, and criticism. Others may question whether their plan will work, offer unhelpful advice, or even attempt to discourage them. But when results are already established, there is nothing to argue about. The proof is there for everyone to see. No one can question what is already done. This removes the need for justification and allows success to stand on its own. In the end, results are the ultimate measure of success. Talking about potential is easy. Executing and proving it is what truly matters. Those who understand this principle do not waste time explaining themselves to people who may not even be paying attention. Instead, they channel all their effort into creating something real, and when they do, the results are undeniable. There is no need for explanation because success speaks for itself.